What's good, YouTube? What's going on? What's going on? All right, so this is what I got when I'm just pondering on my thoughts. I'm just thinking to myself about medication and the aspects of the spiritual side going into the medication, as far as like spiritual interaction, spiritual communication, spiritual contact, things of that nature. So my music's playing in the background, but the reason why I despise medication, is because the fact that it suppresses your spiritual senses, your psychic senses, and distorts, not even like distorts, but like degrades the I want to say like the senses of the six senses, the sixth sense. So, and the seventh sense and the eighth sense. So what the fuck? So I'm just pondering. I'm talking to my doctor in my head, like, all right, this is how I'm gonna say it. Like my psychiatrist, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say, all right. You see a lot of emojis on your phone, and people use a lot of emojis when they're in communication with someone else, or it could be either or, like if they use emojis or not. But if they do, that's good, because it'll give this example out better. So people, let's say a person uses an emoji every time he feels a certain way towards a thought or a person, about what they said to him or her, or what they think about such and such, or how they feel about such and such. And as you know, emotions fluctuate when you come in contact and interact with people, right? So the solution of this, the conclusion is that people are the cause of mental illness breakdowns, or mental illness disease, or continuous constraints. Like the mental illness that I have is schizophrenia, and they talking about, I hear voices and shit, and that I fucking like, I don't know, man, but that's all they said about that, as far as I know. But like I'm saying, these are different levels of communication with your mind. These are different levels, uh different expressions of your mind, different expressions of your soul, yourself, that come into this form and fashion, where you have a communication with a spirit, and you might hear voices, right? So here's a solution to that. I'm talking to my doctor, my psychiatrist, in my head. I'm talking to her like I'm talking to her in real life, but I'm trying to get this shit so that I won't be off, so I can be off medication. So what I'm trying to tell her is, basically, look at an emoji screen, like look at people using emojis, and then look at how much emojis they use per day, and you can add it up and to see how much their emotions fluctuate up and down, and you can see that it's the people causing this distress on the mind, distress on the mental health of mental mind, the mental the mental disease, mental disorder, whatever. And this is why you have to understand that there's people with spirits, people with energy. And like I say, and Tesla has said this shit, energy, frequency, and vibration is the natural substance in this reality, this world, this realm. Everything is natural energy, frequency, and vibration. That means that anything physical is just on a physical level, but mentally it's dealing with energy, frequency, and vibration. And then spiritually it's dealing with energy, frequency, and vibration on a more deeper and intuitive, intense way of being, an intense way of its form. So you have to understand that there are mental and spiritual phenomena, these mental and spiritual things that cause your mental illness to go out of control. Whereas if you're on medication, you're blocking those spiritual beings or those thought forms coming and entering into your head. Maybe you might get a download of a higher thought, or a spiritual download of information from a higher being, and you're blocking that with medication. So that means you can't have that access to that form of level of thought. So that means that you have to get off the medication in order to rebalance and realign yourself, to reprogram yourself back to the way you was when you was off medication. And this is how I was when I was off medication. I was on point. And motherfuckers, I was having motherfucking spiritual experiences back to back. I was off the chain, bruh. And now I'm like, okay, this is where I'm at now. So what's going to happen next is I'm going to get off the injection. I take a fucking injection, bro, of medication. I'm tired of this shit. This shit makes my arm hurt. And it gives me like tremors in my right arm. It gives me tremors in my arm. What the fuck kind of shit does that? That's not right. That's not normal. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I'm saying here is also that spiritual things create and cause mental intervention with the mind. That means spiritual beings, spiritual things, energy, frequency, and vibration come in contact with the mind that alter or create other like atrophies or other appearance, other acts towards the mind and your being. So whenever you feel a thought go into your mind from someone else, an energy, a frequency, a vibration, whatever it may be, you know it's from another source. You know it's from someone else. So that means the perception of people and the observation of people always mess with other people, because everyone is always judging, criticizing, and looking up and down, looking wrong, staring at you, glancing at you, leering at you. Like, motherfuckers just get petty with this shit, and it's overrated. And I'm tired of this shit, and I know what the fuck it is now. And like, I don't need medication because I know what the fuck is causing my mental illness or whatever the fuck it is, whatever you call it, go off. I know what it is to go off. I know what the fuck it is that triggers my mental illness. And it's other people. And that's why I must rest. I must get plenty of rest. I must meditate. I must eat the right foods. I must drink plenty of water. I must exercise like normal people do. Like rich people. You have to think like a rich person, because rich people don't have these problems. It's always the broke motherfuckers, the negative motherfuckers, the bad motherfuckers. All them motherfuckers got problems on problems on problems on top of problems. And that's why the people that are really crazy and insane, they have no fucking mind. They lost their mind. And they're drugged up and they're sedated, and they have no form of thought or higher thought level, a higher thought pattern. So this is why I'm coming out with this video now, to expose these motherfuckers to shit, because I'm tired of it. And I was pondering on this shit. And I know what the fuck it is. It's spiritual things, spiritual phenomena that come in contact with your mind. That's all it is. A spirit might be trying to contact you, or someone else's spirit from a person might be trying to interact with your spirit. And it'll send thoughts to your mind, because you'll feel it. Spirit is about emotion and feelings and thoughts. Thoughts, words, and actions create this reality. Now, there's a lot of things going on in this world that people don't understand, and everything right now, as far as this I'm not gonna say super, this solar eclipse, this new moon energy, it's spiritual things. Spiritual. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. Spiritual beings are having a human experience. Everybody is a spiritual being walking on this earth. Even myself is a spiritual being walking on this earth. Everything that walks on this earth, that flies, that crawls, that creeps, that jumps, is a spiritual being having a human, is a spiritual being. And we are the spiritual beings having a human experience that they have to figure this shit out that's called life. Because all nature has to do is live it. All nature has to do is live it. And it loves it. It is it. It is part of nature. And it completes nature. And humans mess up nature, destroy nature, like the white man, and humans have to figure out how life works, because we're supposed to live, we're supposed to learn, and we're supposed to love. Now we got the first drink, we got living done. What the fuck you supposed to learn? Motherfuckers ain't learning shit. You don't want to learn nothing new. You don't want to learn about the spiritual aspects of life. You just think it's all good and fine and well. Nah, it ain't like that. It's not like that in life. You are life. You have to learn these values and principles and teachings about yourself and the world and the earth, in the universe, in God. You gotta know these things, because if you don't, you're gonna be trapped and you're gonna be stuck. And you're gonna be lost. So this is what I'm here for, to give these messages out sometimes when I feel inspired to, because I feel like I'm doing a good deed. I feel like I'm putting my energy out there, and I'm gonna get some energy back for some good feedback. So whoever watches this is the first person to watch this. Whoever watches it is gonna be the one that has to really listen to it, and understand that, hey, he's talking to me, and I'm on point with what I'm saying, but at the same time, I'm like trying to get your attention to get you on the right path. Because when you do take medication or any type of pill, there's always a side effect to it, and that's what I don't like side effects to the motherfucking medication. That's what the fucking problem is. That's why I'm feeling this shit going in with my brain and my mind when I'm taking these medications. And I'm smoking cigarettes or eating that type of food or breathing the wrong type of air or motherfucking being around certain people. It triggers my fucking schizophrenia. It triggers it, and that's why I must get off of it. And when I do get off of it, I have to figure out more shit, because it's gonna be fun for me, and I like that shit. And I know what the fuck it is from the basic shit, and I'm gonna advance to the more advanced parts, where I'm gonna start moving shit with my mind, heavier shit. Not no fucking paper, no side wheel, no. Heavier shit like bottles, trash cans, chairs, tables. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm trying to get up there. I'm trying to get up there, and I will. So that's the part of our minds that we have the power to use, but we don't know how to do that because we're still dormant. We're still dormant on the same shit that we've been doing for the past decade and for the past years, doing the same shit, trying to do something new, but looking at similar things that are similar, but just doing the same shit in the same sense. And we have to get out of that routine. We have to get out of that pattern and understand more understanding, more teaching, more knowledge, more light, more wisdom, more experience, more new things. That's what the life is about that we live. We have to experience. We have to learn, live, and love. And living is living your best life. Learning is learning something new, and loving is loving everything. Loving yourself. That's all it is. That's the 3 keys right there. Just broke it down. Like shit, it's too easy. You just gotta figure the shit out. Once you get the pattern of thought, you just formulate the equation. It's too easy. So, I mean, it's just arithmetic and all this shit, but what the fuck, man? It's not that hard. Life is not hard on you, because if you make it hard, if you start being stubborn and doing dumb shit and being stupid about life, it's going to be hard on you. It's going to be treating you like shit. I'm not saying life is a subjective, life is a being, life is a thing. I'm not saying life is a thing. You are life. You have to make your own decisions, your own choices, your own thoughts, your own emotions, your own actions. You got to do all that by yourself to the reality that is perceived by you. You are your own creator, and you make your own reality. There's no other thing that does that for you but you. That's why you are God. Nobody fucking understands that. You are God, my friend. Goddess. Like, fuck, man. You guys don't really understand. So anyway, thank y'all for watching. I'm out here. Signing off. Thank y'all. Peace. One love. And stay tuned for these few videos I'm going to upload. Alright.